What up, everybody? It's the one, the only Jack Slater. Yeah, the man with a plan. You know who I am, and we're doing Comic Outlaw on YouTube. Yeah, smash the like button, man. Anyways, we're doing The Savage, She-Hulk, issue 21. Nobody escapes the Seeker. And yes, Jen has made a choice to be She-Hulk permanently. And what will this choice lead her to? We'll find out right now, won't we? As we get into it, Jennifer Walters is kicking back somewhere in Southern California trying to figure out who she is and her dilemma between She-Hulk and Jennifer and the combining of the two. Because if you've been reading the last few issues, you know, if you've been joining us on this quest, Jennifer and She-Hulk have been kind of combining into one person, and she's basically going over all the decisions she's made. And it's kind of funny how the comic book always says that she was a hot attorney and then she became She-Hulk. So it kind of puts you at mind, the mindset of the comic book industry at the 80s. But anyways, you kind of go over all our past mistakes and sins. And this is one thing the comic does over and over again to exhaustion. But anyways, these mob guys are talking. They're trying to figure out this new guy, Shade. He's kind of killing off all the mob bosses, all the local guys, lieutenants, and basically taking over. But there's a betrayer in the group, and someone opens the door and rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat. All these guys are dead, blown away by the men of the Shade. Yet one hides, stashed away, and quite literally he managed to dodge a bullet on that one, or several. But anyway, She-Hulk is shopping for new clothes since she's been wearing the same white suit since issue 1. And she's kind of looking around, you know, different styles, and people are just scared of her. They run right out of the store. But Jen, of course, is looking for some clothes, trying to find out what style fits her. She finds something very, very sexy, I might add, does her little alterations, and wow. That's all I gotta say, all kinds of wow. But anyways, we're returning to the idea of the mob, the cops, you know. And this has been a big problem in the She-Hulk issues. You know, she's been dealing with mobsters with wonderful inventions, and also one of the main villains, her father. And her father's kind of having a moment, you know, he can't trust her. She thinks Jen's been double talking him, betraying him, and he doesn't really believe that she is She-Hulk, even though Rory and Zapper pretty much told her. And he has Bev, who's been sucking the life out of him, trying to take him for every penny that he has and move him away from Jen. Meanwhile, the cops are having a little moment here. The district attorney and Buck, they're trying to figure out how to wrangle in these mob guys. And it's funny because he actually misses the old mob boss that was in charge. Anyways, Jen's trying to withdraw some money, and just like every other ATM, you know, there's problems that ensue. But the She-Hulk takes care of it, a nice little tap-a-tap-tap, and the money comes pouring out. And this is where Jen and She-Hulk are just kind of combining, like I said, you know, their personalities are forming together. And she hears a scream. Someone's trying to drag a woman into the alley. And boy, was that a mistake for this guy. She-Hulk grabs the dude, basically puts him on his hands and knees. He begs for his life, and he says the mob has run out. He's doing these little stick-up jobs just to stay alive. The Shade has pretty much been taking everyone out. She throws him at the police car and says it's a gift wrap present for Sheriff Walters, aka her father, which he will not appreciate, by the way. The mobsters, on the other hand, are trying to figure out a way to get rid of this guy, and they come up with a very interesting idea. They're going to have a party, I guess, an invite, and it's supposed to be tradition that you show up. And I think that's the stupidest thing in the world, but hey, comics, what can I say? Anyway, She-Hulk's kind of doing her thing, you know, getting into Jen's car, because she's still calling it Jen's car. The Seeker jumps out of nowhere, and he's able to control electricity, so he's kind of manipulating the car. He leads her to a construction site, and She-Hulk / Jen is pissed off because she's getting tired of people messing with both of their cars. A little difficult to explain, but she keeps referring to Jen and She-Hulk as two separate people, even though they're the same person, if you catch my drift. Anyway, she goes out looking for the Seeker guy, and they're like right in the middle of a freeway, I think, or under a freeway, one of those mega ones in California. And this is where the mob guy says that she's gonna die for their entertainment, and she says that she's nobody's pasty. If you don't know what that means, Google it. Anyways, the Seeker comes out of nowhere, starts blasting her, and he's able to take like any kind of energy and convert it into these deadly blasts, like anything. And so basically he's just blasting her around, saying that no one escapes the seeker. You know, classic villain talk. She-Hulk's about to lay her hands on him, but he's manipulating different energies, as you can see, like a sonic wave energy, different things. He's just basically blasting the crap out of her, and it causes so much stress to her she passes out for a minute. Now, meanwhile, Rory is trying to figure out where Jen/She-Hulk is, and so is Zapper. He's going back to the lab to kind of find out answers why his friend set him up and tried killing his girlfriend, the She-Hulk. Not Jen, because Jen wants to be with Rory, but yet She-Hulk wants to be with Zapper. And Zapper gets knocked out, and that's pretty much that. Anyways, this Seeker guy's going for the power box. The mob guy knows what happens. Once he hits that, he'll have an unlimited source of power. She-Hulk tries to stop him by, of course, pitching a rock. A classic Hulk move. He grabs the box, and Jen jumps at him, but it's too late. He has the power box. He has all the power he needs. And he just starts zapping and zapping. She-Hulk has one strategy. Let him knock down the freeway. So he starts blowing out the columns, you know, trying to hit her. But poor aim, starts blowing out the columns. She-Hulk starts ducking and dodging, and the whole freeway starts to fall. He tries to push it off of him, but he cannot let go of the power. And that's what ends up crushing him, his lust for power. It's sad like that when lust actually comes back around. Oh well. She-Hulk stands over the rubble, you know, kind of tells off the mob guys, and she says, you know, if you want a war with She-Hulk, if the mob wants to go to war with She-Hulk, they're going to go to war. And it's still dealing with big beasts, monsters, or the military. She-Hulk's going to be taking on the mob. And probably her father, too. And what's going to happen the next time, we'll find out, won't we? And I'll catch you on the flip side. And smash that button, man.